A quick how-to on bringing an old laptop some new life with Linux Mint. I've had this Inspiron since 2012. Bought this thing at Best Buy at the Colorado Mills Mall 2012. Saved up for it. Real excited. Used it for music production for a long time and way too long. So it's got the i3. It's got 4 gigabytes of RAM. And that's just enough to run Windows Linux. Now, if you're going to be installing a new operating system, you're going to want to back up your data. So back up all important data from your Windows 7 computer. Again, RAM, 4 gigabytes recommended. Disk space, at least 100 gigabytes recommended. Modern processor, 64-bit, and resolution of 1024 by 768. So the old Inspiron, I was thinking about like recycling it or something like that, because Windows 7 compatibility is just garbage. There's no software for it. There's other videos about this, but I'm gonna go more in depth. And so when I say quick how-to, I guess it's sort of long, in-depth, low-level build plan how-to. You'll first need to download Linux Mint ISO file. So we're gonna go to, we'll say, I like the Harvard mirror because it sounds smart. Harvard School of Engineering right there. Alright, I don't need to do this again and waste their server space, but you see there, you'll get Linux Mint, Cinnamon, 64-bit ISO. So step one is backing up your data. Step 2 is installing that ISO. Step 3, make sure you have a USB flash drive of at least 16 gigabytes. I prefer a 64 gigabyte flash drive in case you wanted to run this and test it with stuff before fully installing it. This is Linux Mint here. This is my first time using it, and I am just head over heels in love with it. Should have switched a long time ago. So, 4 things: flash drive, Windows 7 computer, internet connection, 5 things: Linux Mint, Cinnamon ISO, and then the universal USB installer. And so you just go here, pendrivelinux.com, bootable USB creators. And now this, I'm not so thrilled with this website because of the dark patterning. Dark patterning is a manipulative form of advertising in which you can see stuff that looks legit and it's not legit. Like this is not it here. This is not. If you're aware of the internet and how it works, you probably already know this stuff. But this is the legitimate download right here. And it's still going to have something that pops up and it's like, oh, start your download. That's called dark patterning. So don't click on that. Click out of that, and then that'll pop up. And so we already ran that. We're going to pretend that we're running this instead of deleting it. And universal USB installer runs. It will come up with a screen that asks you to put the drive in, and we're just gonna go to what it should look like. Took a screenshot. This is my first computer science video, so bear with me. Probably the next one I'll do screen recording and stuff and make it like all the other guys. So this is universal USB installer, and this is adding Linux Mint, Cinnamon, and creating a persistence file so you can actually do something with it before you install it. All right, so say that's done, and it'll tell you it's done. You eject your flash drive, Put your flash drive in your Windows 7 computer, and then when you're booting, this is a very important step. When you're booting, you need to push F12 if it's a Dell computer, because F12 will take you to the boot menu, and you're going to enter boot options, UEFI setup boot menu. So repeatedly press F12. It could be F2 or F10, delete or escape. Just look for a message on the screen during startup. Press F12 for boot menu with the Dell Inspiron here. And if you miss it, just restart it and try again. So you'll get a boot menu, select your USB drive from the list. It might be listed under USB HDD, and it'll say like Ventoy D drive because it is an ISO mirror. So you can then boot into Linux Mint if you entered the boot menu setup correctly and entered the USB drive first in the boot order list. So it should now boot from the USB drive. You'll see the Linux Mint boot menu, and it's real basic, so don't be unimpressed at first, but it'll run this real basic text display in a like command prompt terminal. So it'll boot you then from there. You'll say start Linux Mint Cinnamon. That'll be the default option. It'll boot you into live session where you can try it out without installing it on your hard drive. And it's just running off of the flash drive. So you're running it off the flash drive and you want to install it permanently on your computer. It'll allow you to just wipe Windows 7 out. I recommend that because of all the bloatware and the complete inutility of Windows 7 at this point. We have already done that here, but you'll see an install Linux right here. You'll see a little CD. Click that CD icon and it'll take you through the process of installation. It'll confirm that you actually want to take your Windows down. Let me tell you, there has not been such a satisfying moment in computing for me as being able to stop worrying about Windows Update, Windows Defender, all that kind of stuff, and make the switch to Linux. I should have done this a long time ago. I hope the video helps. It took me about 2 hours to learn the process and get to this point, and probably if you're computer savvy, it'll take you less time. I am a cybersecurity major now, but I just switched from being like a materials hauler and farmer. So yeah, it's a learning process, and I'm loving every minute.